Gentlemen, let's start by facing a simple truth. Testosterone is not just about masculinity or libido. It is the backbone of male energy, drive, and vitality. When you feel motivated, strong, and alert, testosterone is part of the reason. And when you feel sluggish, drained, and older than your years, chances are this hormone is playing a role too. Now, after the age of 50, things start to change. It's not a sudden collapse, it's more like a gradual decline. Research shows that men, on average, lose about 1% of testosterone per year after their mid-30s. That means by the time you're 60, you could be running at 20 or even 30% lower than your younger self. And that difference is not just a number. It's the gap between springing out of bed ready for the day and dragging yourself to the coffee maker, wondering why you're always tired. So, why does this happen? There are a few main reasons. First, the testicles, which produce testosterone, simply become less efficient with age. Second, the brain's signals that tell your body to make testosterone, hormones like luteinizing hormone, don't fire as strongly. Third, lifestyle factors begin to weigh heavier. Years of poor sleep, stress, processed foods, or lack of exercise all speed up the decline. And finally, as men age, more of their testosterone gets converted into estrogen by an enzyme called aromatase. This shift can further reduce the levels of free testosterone, which is the type your body can actually use. Now, here's where the emotional connection comes in. Low testosterone is not just a lab result. It shows up in everyday life. It's the lack of energy to play with your grandkids. It's the dip in motivation to hit the gym or even take a walk. It's the creeping belly fat that wasn't there before. It's the brain fog when you're trying to concentrate. And yes, it's also the change in sexual performance, which can quietly chip away at confidence and relationships. But let's be clear, feeling these changes does not mean you are broken or finished. It means your body is telling you something important. Testosterone is like the volume knob for vitality, and as it turns down, you start to notice all the little ways life feels quieter, duller, less vibrant. That's why understanding testosterone after 50 is so powerful. It gives you the awareness to take action instead of just chalking everything up to old age. Think of testosterone as the body's internal energy manager. It boosts red blood cell production, which carries oxygen through your bloodstream. That's why men with higher testosterone often report more stamina. It helps maintain muscle mass, which in turn keeps your metabolism running hotter. That's why strength declines faster when testosterone is low. It supports mood and motivation through pathways in the brain that regulate dopamine, the drive chemical. That's why low levels often feel like a lack of spark. And here's a key detail many men don't realize. Testosterone doesn't work alone. It's part of a team. It interacts with growth hormone, insulin, and cortisol, your stress hormone. When testosterone falls, cortisol often rises, and that's a recipe for fatigue, weight gain, and poor circulation. On the other hand, when you support testosterone, you often balance those other hormones too, creating a ripple effect that lifts your energy and performance across the board. So, to summarize this first piece, testosterone naturally declines after 50 due to changes in the testes, the brain's signaling, lifestyle factors, and hormone balance. The result shows up in real-life ways: less strength, less stamina, more fat, lower mood, and weaker motivation. But here's the crucial point. Decline does not mean defeat. You can influence how steep or shallow that curve is. You can slow it. You can even reverse some of it with the right strategies. And that's what we're going to unpack next. Because while knowing the science is important, What matters most is what you do with it. In the next section, we'll get practical. We'll talk about the everyday habits that either protect your testosterone or quietly drain it, sometimes without you even realizing it. And number 2 is one of the most overlooked, but also one of the most powerful. So stay with me. And if you're getting value so far, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a friend. Every man over 50 deserves to know how testosterone affects his energy and what he can do about it. So let's get into the real heart of the matter, your daily habits. Because while testosterone does decline naturally with age, the speed of that decline is heavily influenced by how you live day to day. The truth is, many men unknowingly drain their testosterone with small choices, while others keep it steady well into their 60s and even 70s. Let's start with one of the most important yet most overlooked factors: sleep. Gentlemen, your body produces the majority of its testosterone at night, particularly during deep sleep. When you cut yourself short, staying up too late, scrolling on your phone, or waking up multiple times, you are essentially robbing yourself of the very hormone you're trying to preserve. Studies show that even 1 week of poor sleep can slash testosterone levels by as much as 15%. That's a huge drop. So, number 1, protect your sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours, keep your room cool and dark, and wind down without screens. Sleep is not a luxury, it is your natural testosterone therapy. Number 2 is stress. Chronic stress triggers cortisol, the body's stress hormone. Cortisol is like the enemy of testosterone. It blocks its production, competes for resources, and keeps your body in survival mode instead of vitality mode. Think of it this way. Your body can't prioritize reproduction and energy when it thinks it's running from a lion all day long. The modern lion is stress from work, finances, or even constant notifications. The antidote is finding ways to switch off that stress response. Deep breathing, meditation, prayer, walking outdoors, or simply taking time to slow down. Lower cortisol and testosterone has room to rise. Now let's talk about movement. Exercise is one of the most powerful testosterone boosters, but not all exercise is created equal. Resistance training, like lifting weights, push-ups, squats, or bands, signals your body to increase testosterone because you're asking your muscles to grow and repair. High-intensity interval training, short bursts of effort followed by rest, has also been shown to raise testosterone more than steady, long cardio. That said, don't throw cardio out altogether. It supports circulation and heart health, which testosterone depends on. The magic is in balance. Strength training 2 to 3 times a week, some cardio, and plenty of daily movement. What about diet? Food is either fuel for testosterone or poison for it. Diets rich in whole foods, lean proteins like fish, chicken, eggs, healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, and avocados, and colorful vegetables support testosterone production and reduce inflammation. On the other hand, processed foods, excess sugar, and heavy alcohol intake do the opposite. They increase belly fat, and belly fat is a testosterone killer. Why? Because fat tissue contains that enzyme aromatase we talked about earlier, which converts testosterone into estrogen. More fat equals less usable testosterone. So trimming the waistline isn't just about looking good, it's about keeping your hormones balanced. Don't forget micronutrients either. Zinc, found in foods like oysters, beef, and pumpkin seeds, is crucial for testosterone production. Vitamin D, which many men are deficient in, acts almost like a hormone itself and plays a direct role in testosterone regulation. Magnesium supports muscle and energy. These nutrients may sound small, but without them, testosterone production slows down. If you can't get them from food alone, supplements can help. But always make nutrition your foundation first. Another daily factor is alcohol. A small amount may not be harmful, but regular heavy drinking suppresses testosterone and damages the testes. The body reads alcohol as a toxin, and when your liver is busy processing it, hormone production takes a backseat. Moderation is the rule here. Occasional social drinking may not hurt, but don't make it a nightly habit. And here's one that surprises a lot of men: chemicals in the environment. Plastics, pesticides, and even some grooming products can contain endocrine disruptors, substances that mimic hormones and interfere with testosterone. While you can't avoid everything, you can make small changes. Use glass containers instead of plastic, wash produce to remove pesticide residue, and be mindful of products with strong synthetic fragrances. Over time, reducing these exposures makes a difference. Now let's flip the script for a moment. What habits protect and even boost testosterone? Consistent exercise, quality nutrition, deep sleep, stress control, moderate alcohol, and avoiding toxins. All of these stack together. But there's also mindset. Men who stay engaged in life, who set goals, who keep learning and challenging themselves, often have higher energy and better hormonal health. Your brain and your hormones are connected. When you give yourself a reason to get up and move, your body follows with the chemistry to back it up. So here's the takeaway from this section. Testosterone is not just about aging, it's about choices. Every day, you are either feeding or draining your testosterone through how you sleep, move, eat, rest, and handle stress. You don't need a miracle cure or a magic pill. You need consistent small wins that compound into big results. And in the next part, we'll put it all together. We'll talk about the long-term strategies, medical checkups you should never skip, and the mindset shifts that keep your testosterone and your energy strong for decades to come. And stick around, because one of those strategies might surprise you. And before we move forward, if this has been valuable for you so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a friend. Because too many men over 50 don't realize they still have control over their energy and their health, and you can be the one to change that. So now we've seen how daily choices either support or sabotage testosterone. The next question is, how do you hold on to your gains long term? Because short bursts of effort are easy, but the men who feel energized in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s are the ones who commit to steady, sustainable strategies. First, let's talk about medical checkups. A lot of men avoid the doctor unless something is seriously wrong, but that approach is risky. Testosterone doesn't exist in isolation. It's tied to your heart, your metabolism, and your overall health. That means regular blood work matters. Checking testosterone levels, but also blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure gives you the full picture. If something is off, you can address it early before it snowballs into fatigue, poor circulation, or bigger health problems. And don't forget prostate health. Your urologist can guide you on the right screenings at the right time. Think of these appointments not as a chore, but as maintenance checks, like servicing a car before it breaks down. Next, let's talk about long-term nutrition. Fad diets come and go, but testosterone thrives on stability. Make whole foods your baseline. Lean proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates from vegetables and whole grains. Don't overcomplicate it. A plate that's colorful, with protein, greens, and healthy oils, is a plate that supports hormone balance. And remember, consistency is king. One healthy meal won't change your testosterone, but thousands of small good choices will keep your levels steady for years. Now let's address movement again, but from a longevity perspective. The best exercise is the one you'll keep doing. Some men love the gym, others hate it. That's fine. The goal is to build a routine you enjoy enough to stick with. Resistance training twice a week is powerful for testosterone, but it can be body weight exercises at home, resistance bands, or even heavy yard work. Pair that with activities that keep your heart healthy: walking, cycling, swimming. Add stretching or yoga for flexibility. The formula is simple: strength, cardio, and mobility. Hit all three, and your body rewards you with energy and hormones that stay balanced. Another long-term key is weight management. Belly fat is one of testosterone's biggest enemies because it produces aromatase, the enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. Carrying extra weight, especially around the midsection, lowers usable testosterone and drags down energy. The good news is that even modest weight loss, 5 to 10% of your body weight, can improve hormone balance, reduce insulin resistance, and lift energy levels. Don't chase extreme diets. Aim for steady, sustainable weight control, and your testosterone will thank you. Let's not forget about mental and emotional health. Men often separate physical from mental, but in reality, your brain and hormones are tightly linked. Depression, loneliness, and a lack of purpose can drag testosterone lower, while connection, goals, and community keep it stronger. Think about it. When you feel needed, when you're part of something, when you're excited about life, your body responds with energy. So protect your mental health as seriously as your diet and exercise. Stay socially connected, challenge your mind, and set goals that keep you motivated. Another long-term piece is stress mastery. We touched on it before, but it deserves repeating. Chronic stress doesn't just make you feel tense, it keeps cortisol high, which blocks testosterone and drains energy. Learning to control stress is one of the most powerful tools you have. Whether it's meditation, prayer, breathing techniques, or time in nature, commit to something that helps your body reset. This isn't soft advice. This is biology. A calm nervous system supports strong hormones. Now, here's something a lot of men ask about: testosterone replacement therapy. While it can help some men with clinically low levels, it's not a magic solution, and it's not for everyone. What matters most is that you discuss it openly with your doctor, weigh the pros and cons, and never treat it like a shortcut. For many men, lifestyle changes alone bring testosterone to healthy levels. For others, medical treatment may be appropriate. The point is, don't self-medicate, don't chase online promises. Stay informed and stay safe. So here's the bottom line. Testosterone after 50 is not just about aging, it's about strategy. It's about daily choices, regular checkups, and long-term habits that keep your body primed for energy, strength, and vitality. Every decision you make is either adding to your hormone health or taking away from it. And while you can't stop the clock, you can absolutely control how you feel as the years pass. Gentlemen, don't settle for less energy than you deserve. Protect your sleep, fuel your body, move often, manage stress, and stay on top of your health. Do these things consistently, and your testosterone and your vitality will stay with you well beyond 50. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more men's health advice, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Because no man should accept weakness or low energy as just getting older. The truth is, you have more control than you think.